What it do? Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube. I said, oh, what it do? All right, y'all. Welcome to my very first, and I'm really excited. I don't know if the camera acting that way or my glasses are fogged up and messed up and dirty. I don't know. But anywho, welcome to my first seafood mukbang. Now, when I decided to do this, the mukbang Mondays. I was really going to focus on seafood because that's what I love to eat, and I really don't go out and because I cook most of my food, so I don't really go out and get like a whole lot of like junk food. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying I don't go get a whole lot of it. So I didn't want to turn this into a mukbang channel where I have like 2 boxes of pizza in front of me and I'm trying to scarf that down. But I wanted to have seafood because that's what I love, and yeah, and I finally was able to get me some. You know what I mean? No, my taxes have not come in yet, but when they do, this will come back. Alrighty, and also next to me, I have some of Bloveslife sauce. Now, I have not bought her sauce that she's now selling on Amazon just yet. This is the sauce that I made when she released the video about a couple of years ago, and she was showing everybody how she makes her sauce because everybody wanted to know. So I have that recipe and I pretty much know it by heart, so I make it from there. But I do plan on getting her sauce though, because I want to see if I came close to her recipe. You know what I'm saying? And mine is a little bit lighter than hers because I use a lot of butter, and then I pull back a lot on the spices because I really don't like spicy. You know, I don't like any. I don't really eat spicy food, y'all. I don't. So I'm not saying I don't at all, but certain things I don't mind being a little hot, but most stuff I don't want hot. I can't enjoy it. So I pull back on a lot of the sauce, spices and stuff that she puts in it. Now I hope y'all can hear me, y'all. This is going to be difficult because most mukbangers who do this kind of seafood stuff, they tend to have like an overhead mic type thing, or I don't know how they rig it up, but I got this mic here, so I'm trying to get everything on this table. Hopefully y'all can see it. I made the sauce first and then I steamed everything. So what I have here, y'all, is I got lobster tails, about 6 of them. I got a pound of snow crab legs, and then I got a pound of king crab legs. All this is from Walmart. Keep it real with you. There is a food market that I go to. However, this is all packaged up and everything, so I went and went to Walmart. So our discussion today will be the Netflix show Dracula. It came recommended to a friend of mine. Oh, that's on the screen. Y'all, I thought I had something on my shirt. I was like, I ain't trying to. I'm all dirty. No, okay. Anywho, the show came recommended by a friend of mine who thought that I would like it, and he was right. Most of my friends kind of know what I like. So I decided to give it a try after a little while. I wanted to finish up on Sabrina before I started it. One thing about me, I don't like binging a couple of shows at a time. If I'm going to binge, I'm going to binge one show, then I'm going to get into the next show. So I decided to watch Dracula afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started because this is probably all cold because you know you had to take my pictures and whatnot and all that, and you know put it on social media and all that and whatnot. So most of this is probably cold. Let me go ahead and get one of these lobster tails started. Now, y'all, I don't really, when it comes to seafood, I really don't eat a lot of lobster. I don't. This is why. Because the damn tail, I did cut the tail open like I was supposed to. But lobster tails tend to, no, that's the meat in there. What you, what you doing? What you doing? Okay, there we go. Got it out. All right. Okay. I have a bowl down here. I don't want y'all thinking I'm just dumping seafood stuff on my floor. I got a bowl down here. Everything can't fit on this table. So, got me a little bowl down there. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, y'all, very interesting before we get started on Dracula discussion. I have only had Bloveslife sauce with shrimp. I have not had it with lobster. I have not had it with crab. I've only had it with shrimp. That's mainly because I couldn't really afford the seafood like I used to, you know, with my new expenses and stuff like that. So I could only really get shrimp. And then a few times I did get like crabs and stuff like that, I was like, I didn't really feel like making this sauce because I'm a butter guy. Yeah, I like butter with my seafood, and I didn't want to it by making all this sauce, and then out of nowhere, I, I didn't like it, or I made it wrong, and or whatever the case may be. But let's go ahead and get this lobster tail a try. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Also, I'm a little intimidated by lobster tails because I'd be scared I might not cook it all the way. But I did I did real good with this one. I steamed everything, y'all. I didn't boil it. So this ain't a seafood boil. It was a seafood stang. Stang. This sauce is stanging. It was really good. All right, so let's go ahead, y'all, and get into this discussion. Because I bet y'all are just like, what the hell? Are you going to talk about the show or what? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I see my main problem is going to be what the hell decide to eat next. So to start off by saying, y'all, I am not really a horror person. Sometimes there are horror films that do intrigue me, and I want to see it, kind of like the Insidious movies. And so I'll get interested in watching it. Now, by me not being a vampire person, I do enjoy stories that deal around Dracula. I don't know why Dracula interests me the way he does, but he does. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try. Hopefully it wasn't too heavy on the vampire stuff, which sound a little silly considering Dracula's a vampire. But y'all know what I mean. I really wanted to be story oriented. So we start off in 1897. Yeah, 1897 in Hungary. And basically the first episode, well, let me say this first. If you're going to start watching it, do know this. The episodes are like little movies. There are only 3 episodes, and they're literally like an hour and a half, or hour and 20 minutes. And I didn't know that. Because let's be honest here, most of us, when we start a show, we just click on it and hit play. You know what I mean? I don't really check out any of the other stuff. But they are about an hour and 20 minutes. So they're like little movies. Because I was watching the first episode, and I was like, come on now. Damn, how long is this episode? Damn. So after the first episode, I looked at it, and I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes. Then I checked the episodes. This meat ain't coming out right. It ain't coming out right, darn it. But then this thing is really small. But yeah, so I checked the episodes, and I was like, there's only 3. And they're all about an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, not a problem. So we start off in Hungary in 1897. And the first episode follows a guy who basically has had an encounter with Dracula. He doesn't really remember much at first. But once he's being, I think I want to say interrogated. You know, being interviewed by these nuns at this nunnery. I'm gonna call it a nunnery. I know it's something else. Convent. I think it is convent. And she's basically asking him questions. They know he's had an encounter with Dracula, so they're trying to. I steamed this too long. Yeah. Whenever the legs are mushy like this, they've been steamed too long. Yeah, they've been steamed way too long. Meat's still good though, but I steamed them too long. I forget when I cook anything that's not really already cooked with stuff that's been cooked. I forget like the king crab and the snow crab legs. They just really need to be reheated because they're already cooked. They just need to be reheated. Yeah, this is damn. I'm gonna need a fork. I'm going to need a fork to get in here. Darn it. Darn it. All right, y'all, hold on 1 second. All right, y'all, I'm going to go get me a fork. Y'all hold on. And I'm back. Got my fork here. Sorry, y'all kind of got into that crab when the camera was off. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. All right, so where did I leave off? Okay, so the nuns at this convent, oh, that came out beautifully. Yeah, look at that. Y'all, this is so good. Oh my God. Oh, the meat is nice. It's still tender, although I kind of over steamed it, steamed it a little bit because, like I said, the leg is a little soft and whatnot. It should snap open, but it's still. I hope y'all heard. Oh, damn, I hope y'all can hear me. The meat is still good and fresh. Oh my God. But yeah, the nurses in this convent, they already know he's had an encounter. Because when you see him, he looks, that's where I'm looking for. I'm always looking for words, ain't I? Deteriorated a little bit. You know, when the body is starting to decompose. There we go. He's starting to look a little decomposed. But he doesn't really remember much. So the very first episode, we're just pulling those pieces together. And it's this one nun who is basically interviewing him and asking him questions. You know what? You fell out. That means you won't be next. But she seems to kind of know the questions to ask him because you can tell she's trying to look for him to say certain things, and so that way she can be sure what exactly is going on. She already knows he had an encounter, so she's just basically trying to get him to remember every single thing. And I think what I remember from the first episode is she was trying to figure out how he escaped Dracula, basically, because nobody escapes Dracula. How did you escape him? I think that's what she was trying to find out. I'm not going to tell you. Like I said, I don't want to ruin it, but I'm going to say spoiler alerts just in case I spoil something. But this is why I don't mess with Lobster Tales, bro. But yeah, so they're asking him questions, trying to get to the bottom of how he escaped and whatnot. So as we go through it, Dracula knows that he's at this convent, and this is all still the very first episode. And so Dracula shows up with all these black dogs, which I thought were like, you know, werewolves. I'm like, okay, are they bringing werewolves into this? Now, before that, actually, no, they're not before that. So he can't really, you know, vampires can't really get in unless they've been invited in. So he shows up at the convent with all these dogs. This one dog in particular shows up. Excuse me, I got the burp. And all the nuns are at the front. They're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The one nun who's interviewing the guy, she comes up, and basically she already knows it's Dracula. He can't come in. So she's talking to him and all that, and then the dog kind of falls out and then starts bulging, and then Dracula comes out of it. Now, when he said her name, I started to freak out a little bit because her last name is Van Helsing. Now, she, what I got from the show is that she's not related to the Van Helsing. This is their version of Van Helsing, and it's a female. And she's very knowledgeable on vampires, Dracula in particular. So she's taunting him, and he's pissed. Like, he knows who it is. Like, he says her name. I think it's Agatha Van Helsing. And so he's pissed because she's just straight up taunting him. She's like, excuse my language. Excuse me. She's like, come in, bitch. Bitch, come on in. You can come on in, bitch. Yeah, you can't come in, can you, bitch? So I'm just like getting a kick out of this because it was just absolutely hilarious watching her taunt him a little bit. So then toward the end, we find out how he was able to escape. I'm not going to say how because I don't want to ruin it for y'all. So forget that. That's just too much damn work. Where'd you go? There you go. So at the end, we see that she puts up, by the way, he gets in. I forgot how he gets in, but he does get in, and he just slaughters the hell out of all those nuns. I really hated that scene. But I felt so bad for them damn nuns, y'all. But he gets in, murders them. The guy who, you know, at the very beginning, who escaped Dracula, because he doesn't have much of his memory, but he has a fiance. And one of the nuns was the fiance coming to see about him. But he didn't really remember her toward the end of the episode. And so Van Helsing, Agatha Van Helsing, She kind of runs and puts the fiance in safety. She does like some kind of thing to like bar him from touching them, or like draw a line on the ground and oh, I hit my mic. Draw like I said, a line on the ground and he couldn't cross it, something like that. And so, listen, when y'all eat crabs, you got to make sure you get all of it. I see people eat crabs and they be skipping parts. I'm like, yo, there's meat in that. What you doing? And they be looking at me, what you talking about? There's no meat in that. And I crack it open. There's meat in that, man. Don't be throwing that out. What's wrong with you, bruh? What's wrong with you? Damn, seafood expensive. So the hell was I talking about? Pissing me off about the throwing meat away and whatnot. So yeah. So he ends up crossing it somehow. It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while since I saw the first episode because I didn't binge watch this. I did watch this over a course of like a month. So I watched the first episode, and then maybe a couple of weeks after that, I watched the second one, and then I watched the third one, the final one. I finished the final one last week. So over the course of a month, I've been watching this. But he crosses that line, and basically, Agatha Van Helsing offers herself to be bitten by him, and he does. He bites her in the first episode. Second episode takes place on a boat. Same year, I believe. Same time, same year. But now they're on a boat. There's this wealthy family, married couple with their servant. There's this guy, this doctor with his daughter. There's this young guy who poses as another person who has died. At the very beginning of the second episode, there's a young man that dies. And they believe he's been infected by, I want to say maybe what it is that because they do a lot with the undead. Like there's this thing in the show where people who have died aren't really dead. Some of them, if they're infected by something. So, and I think the only way to kind of kill them is to stab them with a wooden stake. So this guy passes away. His mom, just grieving. Doctor hands her a wooden stake, and she basically, after he dies, she stabs him. And you can see him coming to life from the pain. So that guy, there's another guy who works at that hospital, poses as that guy and gets on the boat because the mom says he was supposed to travel the world and see the world, and he never got to leave. And it's the stupid town and all that and blah, blah, blah. So that guy, there's one guy with one arm. And then who else? And then there's like the sea crew, the boat crew, basically. And so basically, second episode, I'm just gonna sum it up. Dracula's killing people one by one on this boat, and they're trying to figure out who the hell's doing it. Because the bodies are disappearing. It's not like the bodies are turning up, they're disappearing. People don't know where these people are going. So one by one, he is just having lunch, just a damn buffet. And so they're trying to figure it out, and once they figure it out, because if I go further, I tell you I'm going to ruin it. But they figure out who it is. They know who it is. See, y'all? See, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to, even though this is still a little soft and mushy, see, it's supposed to crack open, and then the meat's supposed to come all out nice and fine, and I ain't really got to be doing all this with the fork. But I kind of figured that was going to happen for the simple fact that I was cooking the lobster tails with them, and the lobster tails weren't cooked. So it'd be dipping this in the sauce, but when you get like that, if it don't come out right, I don't even dip it in the butter like that when it don't come out right. It's not like dipping my hands all in it and whatnot. Now some of these mukbangers, what the hell? Some of these mukbangers, they use scissors, but my father taught me how, when I was young, how to use the fork. Ooh. So I use a fork. Well, let me get one of these king crab. Well, I mean, I did have a king crab not too long ago. Man, this meat's so nice and tender. Y'all usually, I be trying to watch how I eat. I'm gonna be looking all weird and whatnot. But right now, I'm trying to get all up in this. I don't give a damn how I look. Don't give a damn! I'm really glad I did this sauce. This is really damn good. Man. Like I said, there's a bowl down there, y'all. I ain't throwing this on the floor. No meat. Nothing goes to waste here. All right. All right. So yeah, y'all, this is about, see, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah. A lot of them also do all the smacking and stuff in the mic, and I just don't. I don't do that. We're classy in this house. I ain't knocking the other mukbangers, y'all. I'm just messing. But anyway, go back to this damn show. Some of y'all trying to figure out whether you want to watch it or not. So then that's basically the sum of episode 2. Is you just basically, there we go. Basically, they just trying to figure out who's killing them, and they eventually find out who's involved. Van Helsing is also on that boat, so when she comes to, she helps them. So that way, their main goal is to make sure Dracula does not get to the New World. That's their main thing. Make sure he does not get to the New World. So they kind of pretty much, they stop him. So then he ends up getting, now I don't know if he was trapped in there, but he's inside a crate and it sinks to the bottom of the ocean. Folgers in your cup. All right. No, that wasn't coffee, but that song popped up in my damn head. I don't know why. There you go. Okay. So now on to episode 3, which is the last one. This is where the show lost me. Hell happened to you? All right, you look like you're gonna piss me off. We'll come back to you later. I'm gonna fold you up. Come back to you later because you look like you're gonna get on my last damn nerves. Excuse me. So the 3rd episode is during the modern times, today's times, and this is where they lost me because I didn't like that. I didn't like it when they brought him to modern times. Basically, Agatha Van Helsing has a great niece around this time. And they basically somehow leave information about Dracula and where he is. And so when he shows up, because it's a little shocking at first, he shows up on the beach and he's looking around. He's trying to figure out, what the hell, where am I? And then like this helicopter light flashes on him, a little spotlight. And so that's when you know he's in modern times. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell just happened? He was on the boat in 1897. How the hell helicopters come out? So you find out modern times, and Agatha Van Helsing left. I think it was either Agatha. The 2 survivors from that ship was the cook with one hand, and the guy that I said was posing as the guy that had died at the beginning. Those 2 survived. So I don't know if it was Agatha Van Helsing or those 2 who left, like, you know, about Dracula and where he is and whatnot, because this scuba diver throughout the episode finds him, opens it up, and finds out that he wasn't dead. He was actually alive because he bit the diver's thumb off. And so they know about him, and so when he surfaces, they kind of surround him. And basically, it just, I don't have much to say about the third episode because at that point I was done. I was just like, they should have just left it in Hungary, 1897. Learn, tell me more about Dracula, more about these dogs, more about Agatha Van Helsing, because I thought maybe she was about to go up against him. Because if you know the story of Van Helsing and Dracula, well, at least from the Van Helsing movie, you know what I mean? So I thought that's what we were going to get into and all this, but it was really more so a drama than it really was an action. And that wasn't bad. Sorry, my muscles are twitching. It wasn't bad, but it's just, they lost me there. I was like, nah, I'm good. But I mean, I still continue to watch it after that because, like I say, when I start something, I get that far into it, I have to finish it. Whether it's a chore or not, I have to finish it. And I did. And my conclusion, the show is okay. It's not bad. It's a good show. It's more drama oriented than it is really all action. The first two episodes are really good. I love the second episode of them trying to figure out. I mean, as the audience, you know it's Dracula, but because I was about to say a mystery, but you know it's Dracula. But it was fun trying to watch them try to figure out who's been doing it, and then who's gonna die next. You know who gonna get their blood sucked next? Y'all see what I'm talking about? These damn lobster tails, bro. That was a workout. That put me to work. But overall, I liked the show. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. Thought it was good. It was good. They should not have brought him to modern times. They should have just left him in Hungary. But no, they did not. But other than that, the show is pretty good. I enjoyed it. I recommend it, but just don't think it's going to be... There's action in it, but don't think it's going to be action-packed, you know. Because it's more drama-related. But other than that, it's good. Alright, y'all. So that's it. I'm going to finish up this seafood and watch me something. I'm done. Just wanted to talk about that. But am I no way done with this? I'm going to turn this off. I'm done with the discussion. Oh no. Oh, that's the 2 moons on my shirt. Done with this discussion. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're still watching. I hope I didn't bore you to death. But it's alright. It's a little different. Because these little mukbangers, they be talking about all kinds of different stuff. But it's kind of hard to talk about this and then talk about a show because I know there's people who probably watch them because they want to see me eat the seafood. And there's people that's watching because they just want to know about the show. And I'm just going off and on and off and on. But anywho, thank y'all for watching if you're still here. I'm going to go and turn on my TV and watch me something good while I devour the rest of this. So thank you. Thank you for stopping by here at Mystic Shadow Film.